Stories, I'm a fool for your love.
Hey there, teachers! Welcome to my vlog again. This time, I'll be sharing to you the one-day hiring of 51 Talk. So we actually have a new update in 51 Talk. So as a center manager of Jam Learning Hub, I'm always updated of the new hiring process. So now, let's get into it. The first one is one-day hiring is only exclusive for center-based teachers. So meaning to say those teachers who will be working in the center. So they can finish the hiring process in one day. Compare before that they actually launched a different hiring process that was 7 days 7 days process, and right now they actually made it in 1 day, which is a lot better. So that's why I'm making this vlog right now, because a lot of my uh, center owners, friends, and also my friends from 51 Talk who are asking about this update. So now, let's proceed. So now, for those who don't know who 51 Talk is, let's discuss about it. Let's just discuss the little background of 51 Talk. 51 Talk is the fastest growing online English language teaching or ELT platform in China and the Philippines. 51 Talk was established in China in 2011, and since 2012 it has been operating in the Philippines, creating thousands of jobs for home-based teachers, and these teachers work from various parts of the Philippines. So Jam Learning Hub, by the way, guys, is located in Panacan, relocation, Davao City. So if you are interested to apply, just comment down below or message me on Facebook so that I can prioritize you for the screening interview. Now let's proceed to the requirement. The requirements for this job. As you can see here, uh, we, we can only see three requirements needed. First, we have one diploma. So we're talking about your college diploma here. Okay? So whatever courses you had taken, that's actually okay. So it could be maritime or criminology, whatever it's not relating to teaching, we actually accept those applicants as long as they are capable to teach kids and also speak English. Next, we have one valid ID. So any government issued ID, like you made, um, what else? Voter's ID, driver's ID, or driver's license, or for those who are teachers by profession, like myself, your what I call this ones, licensed professional teacher. That's actually that ID is also valid. So whatever IDs you have, as long as you have, it is a government ID that's acceptable. Next, we have updated NBI. So when I say updated, it must be before your before the date, the due date of your NBI. As far as I know, NBI will last for a year. So if you have renewed your NBI from January, and yeah, you can still use it until now using your application. So for this is only for center applicants. So meaning to say you'll be working in the center. So again, we have here Main Mendoza. Siya yung new model natin, and this is a one-day fast-track event for 51 Talk accredited third-party center candidates only. So for home-based teachers or home-based applicants, you are not allowed to have the one-day process, okay? Next, we have candidates must be ready at 9 a.m. for the following requirements. So the candidates actually finished his or her initial interview. So once his or her um, passed the initial interview, he can proceed to the one-day hiring process. So, for example, I have an applicant now who had passed the what I call this, the initial interview. So she was actually scheduled for the PSO tomorrow. So, however, I rescheduled her by next week because I won't be able to assist her at all. I also have work. I'm also an active ESL teacher, and I'm actually not available tomorrow. And Monday is my available time. So I have to guide my applicant so that she has what I call this one, bigger chance to pass this hiring process. Next, if you're an applicant, you have to be in the center at least 8 a.m. So an hour before your orientation starts. The orientation starts at 9 a.m. So they will just ask you about that's actually the PSO. The PSO now we have PSO means pre-service pre-service training for applicants, for teachers. So those includes your requirements like your diploma, your valid ID, and your NBI. And please take note that you have to speak clearly and pronounce all the words. Try to drop your local accent, guys. So if you're living in some parts of the Philippines who have very hard accent, try to drop it because when they hear an applicant speaking like unusual siya sa English, so they actually fail it. So sayang lang ang time teachers or uh, call center managers or call center owners. In my case, what I do is I do the screening first. I call the applicant before I will let her or him proceed to the initial interview so that we won't waste time here. Time is very precious and time is money at all. So we have to be wise. So next we have so after the PSO actually you have to answer a self-guide questions that will be provided by your trainer as well. So doon pa lang sa PSO nagtatanggal na sila. So I had actually one of the applicants who passed recently. There are 16 of them, yeah, and only two of them passed. So I don't know what happened. So yeah, if that's the case, meaning to say, taas talagang standard ni 5-1 ngayon. But for center owners, I guess it will be an advantage for us so that they can teach the students well. So if they are more capable of teaching English, which means to say that we'll be getting more bookings as well. So next, we have this one. So as I mentioned earlier, you have your PSO, ano na, parang yun na, what do you call, evaluate na ang teachers dyan sa language pa lang. So they'll be asking like, tell me about yourself or what's your experience in teaching, how long have you been teaching, ganon, or do you have BPO experience, ganon, how did you know 5-1 talk? So those are just random questions. So they actually like they do that to test the language proficiency of the teachers. But anyway, teachers, for those applicants, aspiring teachers, they are not really strict in terms of your grammar. Just they are just focusing more on your pronunciation. So that's why you have to speak clearly, guys. So if you can speak as low as you can, go ahead. I mean, for during the interview, just speak normally. But if during your CE demo, my one of my tips, guys, is to speak slowly or read slowly the passages. So I actually had one of my videos before. I actually made like a reading passage, and that's exactly the reading passage that the CE demo was sent during your demo. So after, because what will happen in your PSO, in your one-day hiring process, you have your PSO in the morning from 9 to 12. Then from 1 p.m. to 3, you have to answer self-access guide. Then 3 p.m. to onwards, you will have your CE demo right after. So I suggest guys to really master the flow first I actually I have one of my videos here. You can actually review that one before you will take the 1 day hiring process. But for the 1 day hiring process, I'm actually very happy for this because it won't really, it won't take much of the time of the center manager and also the applicant. It will give at least, time para maka-prepare tsaka mabilisan na siya. Wala nang madaming sat-sat, ganun. So, better talaga siya for me. So if I were to choose the 3 day hiring process or the 1 day hiring process, I will go for the 1 day hiring process. Right? So now let's any questions, clarifications, just comment down below and don't forget to like and subscribe my channel.